Well, this is a large agriculture community. We've got a lot of dairy farms and a lot of crop farms in this area. And then the individual businesses are located within the business districts in this area.
They're mostly friendly, easy to get along with, usually willing to help people out.
Politically, Republican, conservative, but a great concern for neighbors and the way that they could help one another in this respect. When you get to go beyond the local boundaries, why, sometimes our vision isn't as far as it ought to be.
Farming is the majority, yeah. Then the wine growers, I guess. Then you got a majority that are, you know, probably big percentage work on base.
Do you think if we got rid of ours, Russia would get rid of all of theirs?
Yes.
No, they would not.
Oh,
you trust them?
The last 14 years.
You honestly trust them? I do not trust them as far as I can throw them.
That's why we've got the bombs we've got, because everybody's scared. You're scared. If you were brave, you wouldn't need the bombs.
Yeah, we wouldn't have the bombs. They push the button and zap. There goes our ass.
Push the button. No, because you cannot have, these are our towns too.
You have to go to Washington. These people can make no decisions whatsoever here.
Symbolic. You have to go back
it's symbolic, but it's doing absolutely no good.
Yes, it does.
No, it
makes
isn't.
people see.
It makes people see. It makes people see you're a bunch of bozos running around, climbing over the fence, getting arrested, thrown in jail, slapped on the hand, let go again to do it a second time.
All of my friends and family think you people are a bunch of jerks for doing this. That is just what you're doing. You're making everybody think you're a bunch of jerks.
But we don't feel that way. That's just your group of people feel that way.
No, that is the entire Seneca County. I was born and raised here, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let you people get away with this.
I feel that no person has any right to block anybody's way to a job. You wouldn't expect me to go down because I don't like this church and blockade that church so nobody can go there. That is their rights, and I'd be infringing on their rights. And when these people come out here and block this gate, they're infringing on my rights. My rights and several 1,000 other people that work out here. And we have that right to be at work. They are talking now of closing Romulus School. But this group has no right to bring a pressure into a country or a county where they have to close our schools. They are denying my children, neighbors' children's education. And if that isn't communistic, I don't know what is.
What we intend to do, we being the Seneca Depot October Action Coalition, which organized yesterday's rally and is organizing tomorrow's civil expedience, is to do a blockade of the gates of Seneca Army Depot. And the purpose in doing that is to indicate our very strong feelings that what is being done inside those gates, i.e. the preparation of Pershing II missiles for shipment to Europe later this year, probably, as I guess you all know, we don't have certain inside information from the Army, is something that we feel very strongly should not happen. And so that we are going to put our bodies in the roads between the people who work in that depot and the work that is going on in there, and that by blocking the path to war, we feel that we can, in some sense, open the path to peace. Seneca Army Depot is the major nuclear weapons storage facility in the eastern half of the United States. And it is therefore on the way between where these missiles are built and where they intend to be deployed.
I think that a freeze is a first step toward eventual dismantling of nuclear weapons. It's possible to freeze and to verify that the freeze is being kept at this point. That will be much harder to do after the cruise and Pershing missiles are deployed.
They already have enough weapons to destroy the whole world, and I think it's stupid to do more than that. I mean, what more is there?
The interesting thing is that the people that are interested are young people. because they see this as a possibility that they will never be able to see or do the things that their parents and the older people have experienced.
I think there's been many protests and they haven't been heard yet, so by the government.
Are you going to keep protesting?
Yes.
You're not going to stop fighting?
No.
How about you?
I'm going to keep protesting as long as possible. I think eventually they have to listen.
How do you sell the prospect of Holocaust to thousands of citizens? How is our government trying to secure public acceptance of nuclear war as an acceptable strategy of international problem solving? One strategy originated in the Carter administration and aggressively pursued in the Reagan administration is called crisis relocation planning. In plain, honest language, that means nuclear war evacuation planning.
America is about to deploy some weapons that could easily, you know, they're going to make the situation in the world or worse than it already is, and it's pretty bad right now. And so we're here to state our protest to how it's madness. I mean, I think, you know, this banner says it all. Our foreign policy is based on arrogance and contempt, not only in regard to nuclear missiles, but all over the world. And we have to stand here and say that it's wrong. That's why we're here, because it's absolutely wrong. It's not only wrong, it's suicidal. It's not only suicidal, it's disgusting. It's sickening. Makes me ashamed.
Tell your local press what's happening. The NATO Joint Chiefs of Staff have said that they reckon we have a 50-50 chance of a nuclear war by the late 1980s. In West Germany, US troops are practicing mass burials. And yesterday when I phoned up London, they told me that the US government is proposing to spend $500 million building 15 500-bed hospitals, specifically and exclusively for US military personnel in the event of a nuclear war. And our health service is being run down. Children's hospitals are being closed. We can't tolerate this anymore. East and West are contemplating genocide, and we're the people to stop them. Together we can do it.
Think you could tell me what a nuclear bomb is to you?
It's just not fair.
Well, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's not fair to kids because they don't know what's going on.
I'm more terrified now than I've ever been in my life before, and I'm 80 years old now. I don't think that we can change the president's mind or his philosophy. I think he's naturally macho. I think what we can do is embolden the Congress to stand up to him. Last spring, the Congress votes first for a freeze, and then they turn around a few weeks later and vote for MX. Obviously, they're wobbling back and forth. We've got to give them some backbone, some guts to stand up to the president. And I also think that the president himself, that we can't change his mind, we can change the course of things, because he's coming to a crucial time in his life. He's up for re-election, and if he feels support, ebbing progressively, this is going to scare the bejeebers out of him, and he's going to soft pedal the things that he would really like to be doing. Now, I want to make one more point. Does anything do any good? I keep being asked this question again and again. It was the same during the war in Vietnam. Of course everything does good. Every single person who ever came to a demonstration helped to impress the media, and helps to impress our fellow citizens, and helps to impress the Congress, and helps to impress the president. Since we haven't got a president who agrees with us, what we've got to do is impress him with the fact that we are opposed, that more and more of us are opposed, and we mean business.
I love Syracuse. I love the good earth of Syracuse, the skies of Syracuse, and the fact that we need to remember the earth, and we can't see it so plainly in the cities. I'm chairperson of the Hiroshima Nagasaki Peace Committee, and also a Grey Panther, Women's Strike for Peace, WILPF also, so that I've made my voice heard.
This beautiful banner here is representing the Ithaca Women's Affinity Group, which is going to be doing civil disobedience on Monday. And we're there doing CD because we feel civil disobedience is another part of protesting and another way of saying we want to halt these nuclear weapons.
We've leafleted the workers at the depot every morning this week. We held town meetings in the 2 months prior to the rally. We held church meetings, and we asked people who live in the community who are opposed to what we're doing to come out and talk to us and tell us what their concerns are. So only by continuing to talk to each other will we try and find a middle ground and try and understand each other.
Not too long ago, whenever we talked of the nuclear war or a nuclear arms race, people were afraid to question. People felt that the question of decisions in that arena belonged to those in the National Security Council, belonged to the people in the Pentagon, belonged to the presidents and the men in power. Well, we no longer believe that, because we have allowed those people in those places of power to hold the threat of death over life on this earth, and they have run away with it. And we no longer can allow it. We have now come to understand that our defense lies in our fighting for ourselves, that our defense lies in using the vast energies and resources of womankind and mankind to make life better on this earth, and not to make us sacrifice for war weapons which will destroy us together with this earth. Everybody knows, as callous as this may sound, in the halls of diplomacy, that those missiles will neither secure Europe, will neither secure this country or the Soviet Union. And the leaders of both, those who produce SS-20s and those who produce cruise missiles and Pershings, had better heed the call of the people who are saying, we see through these Cold War games, and we say we have had enough of them.
A freedom to build our communities devoid of the dark threat of nuclear war. The freedom to live and work in our neighborhoods without that kind of fear. The freedom to resolve the contradictions that working people are faced with, to build a new type of society, a land of peace, productivity, of sexual and racial equality. This is our vision. This is the task of our generation. To conclude, Reagan understands that when our people are united, that they can never be defeated, that when our people are united, the Pershing II and the cruise missiles can be defeated. Let Reagan understand, let Congress understand, stand with our sisters and brothers in Western Europe, and let the world understand that our people united will never be defeated. 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 Thank you.
I'm from Arlington, Virginia, within 1.5 miles of the Pentagon.
I see. And why did you come here today?
Well, I came here because 60% of the people in Arlington, Virginia, which is the most heavily subsidized, militarily subsidized area in the United States, are against further increases in defense spending. And I'm here because I believe that the deployment of the Pershing and the cruise missile represents the arms race being totally out of control of human hands, and that if they are deployed, then there's nothing that we as people can do to control the nuclear weapons.
I believe this is communist backed right from day one. And he's just telling them, and Andropov at home misses them, and he really wishes they'd call home again. He's lonely without them, you know. Now, again, I'd like to state, I know I get crying communist so much it sounds like everybody. There are not. Everybody in this protest out here is not communist. There are thousands and thousands of people that are misled. At the same time, don't get me wrong, I would go for nuclear disarmament. I just want it verified. I am not taking the communist word that they destroyed anything. They have lied to this country time and time again, and you cannot put your faith in one thing they say. So as long as it can be verified, that's fine with me. Have a freeze. Destroy the nuclear weapons. That's to be the best thing in the world. But don't take this country and just freeze it. That's where I go against this 100%.
I know the first time I was physically taken a hold of in a situation was very startling to me. I'm not used to having someone come up and physically take a hold of me and try to move me someplace. It was very startling. Though I thought I was mentally and intellectually prepared for it, I found myself emotionally disoriented.
I think as I've gotten older, I've learned to trust my feelings more than I did when I was a youngster. And regardless of, I'm not as intimidated as much by lack of education or information. I know what I like and what I don't like. And I think I've gotten to the point now where with all this information that I've got, civil disobedience has been on the periphery for me, and it's become focused in the last month or two. Can't quite say why, but it's something, as you said, I can't avoid.
I don't know what it'll be like on Monday.
Yeah.
If there is a demonstration.
If there were to be one.
If there were to be one,
how it might work out. Then maybe three would try to actually come up to the gate, and the other two, I'd be willing just to sort of stand aside and just sort of generally hassle verbally.
Explain why you're there, but not abusive. I mean, not like calling you. But try to be reasonable and persuasive.
And this is the gate. This is the gate that's going through the fence gate.
We don't want to run you people over, so we're just going to ask you to get out of the way. We want to go to work.
Commies, go home! Commies, go home! Get a job. Yeah, get a job. Get a job. Stop trying to go to people's jobs. Get your job.
We gotta be online at 8 o'clock. We cannot be late to our job.
We've heard it in about 2 weeks.
Well, no, I don't think
You can smell it all the way over
We've seen
here.
people in lots of places around this country, and we know what we're doing.
They go home and leave us alone.
And we need these jobs. We need these jobs.
You've got 30 seconds here. You've been blocking here long enough. You've been warned repeatedly. If 30 seconds you don't get up and walk away, you're going to be arrested and charged with obstructing entrance to a government facility and trespass. Are you people going to move here?
No.
All right.
Okay, so we're
Just move these people out.
They have 5 seconds.
We're going to go for our van or detainment. Will you walk with us? No, we're taking it.
All right. Just move us out here. They've been long enough.
Will you walk with us?
Now, you seem like a reasonable man. Are you going to cooperate, young man?
I'll stay, sir.
All right. Come out.
And I want my kids to know that I stand for something. It's very important to me that don't do as I say all the time. Do as I do. It gives me a sense of legitimacy, I think, not only with my family, but my associates who know that what my interests are, and maybe it'll make me more effective amongst them because they know I was willing to get out there on the line and take a risk, maybe not a great risk, but some risk.
I just wanted to 10 more minutes of this discussion.
As we are about to end this interfaith service, we ask you to remain with us, with everybody. You, God of all your people, you are our only defense. Amen.
We got to the gates that we were supposed to get to, and then as we were driving around making the swing, we discovered they were at a gate we weren't at. So a group went over there. As soon as 2 people stopped, they sat down, they closed the gate, and they rerouted traffic to another gate. So they were very quick. We did make some.
So we would have had to be on all of them.
We would have had to be on all of them at the beginning, but they didn't take much. It didn't take much for them to just be rerouted. We're here to stop the Persian cruise.
We're here to stop the Persian cruise.
Because we know that they're bad news.
Because we know that they're bad news.
Sound off.
1, 2.
Sound off.
3, 4.
Sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ronald Reagan thinks he's tough.
Ronald Reagan thinks he's tough.
We're gonna show him we've had enough.
We're gonna show
chanting, no more fighting and no more killing, and all people respect each other and take care each other and make peace world. No more fighting, no more killing.
We're going to have some decision making
She's like a mountain, old and strong. She goes on and on. You can't kill the spirit. She's like a mountain, old and strong. She goes on and on. You can't kill the spirit. She's like a mountain, old and strong. She goes on and on. You can't kill the spirit. She's like a mountain, old and strong. She goes on and on. You can't kill the spirit. She's like a mountain.